Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. JACALYN. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is the Film and Music Show. We have some incredible guests backstage. I can't wait for you to meet them. But first, we're going to meet my co-host, someone who has become a very dear friend and has allowed me to express myself and tap into all these things that I didn't even know existed or were in need of existing, but were somehow blocked away. We're going to talk a little bit more about that and how music inspires people to share their emotions. It's great for your mental health. But first, we're going to take a look at her clip. We'll be right back.
By your love, what you giving me is just not enough. I need a love to take me higher and higher and higher. Every step I take, I feel more awake. Getting closer now, I feel so alive. Stopping me, this is how I live. Ever closer now, just follow love. Thank you, Dr. JACALYN. Thank you. Oh, and don't we have a wonderful show today?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
We have a great show today.
We're getting so much, we're getting so much popularity with the Film and Music Show. People are like just coming here saying, we want to go on that show. We want to go on the Film and Music Show. So this is great. This is wonderful. Viewers, thank you for promoting it. And artists that have been on the show, thank you for keep promoting the Film and Music Show. Dr. JACALYN's platform, USA Global TV. Sorry, I just have to say.
Yes, Madeline. And people are coming to this show because of you, my friend. So there's a lot of reasons for people to be here, but you certainly have your own incredible experience as an international award-winning singer, songwriter, producer, author, vocal coach. And I know just with me alone, the time that you've spent with the courses that we're teaching on the power of listening, you and I have co-written a song together called What Was I Thinking Back Then? And you've just unlocked these emotions inside of me that I've suppressed. So thank you for helping me bring my creative side out.
Look, you're going to get my makeup running.
All right, no tears.
Don't do this.
Let's bring out our guests. And you have connected with both of them, Richard and Don Bang.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about each one, and then we'll bring them out.
Right. Well, Richard Murray, I met through an ex-boyfriend of mine, but he's super talented, and he's from Northern Ireland. And I met him in Malta, and he came over for a show. And came over for a holiday as well. And he's an exceptionally talented singer, songwriter, artist. But what's really good, what's wonderful about Richard is that he travels the globe as a successful session musician, getting paid for working with different artists. And also he has his own albums and his own song material. And he's so down to earth. He's lovely. He is the wonderful, lovely Richard Murray.
Thank you so much. Let's bring out Richard Murray. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
How you
Richard,
doing?
Mary.
Hi, Madeline.
Hi, Rich.
Good to see you again. Been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Richard, for people who are joining us for the first time, we have a global audience. We want to make sure that everyone in the world knows who you are. And I'd love to just spotlight you and for you to share with our audience, why are you passionate about music and what do you want the listener to take away from your music?
My own music, I mean, obviously as a session musician, you play it's a job and you play what you have to play and you get paid for it. And some of it you like, some of it you don't like, but that's just the way you keep it moving. But the good thing about it is that when you're forced to play music that you wouldn't necessarily choose to play, it's more tools and you learn how to do things you wouldn't go out of your way to learn otherwise. So I really enjoy just bringing those tools to my own music, and it gives me more things to work with, and it informs your own writing. So doing that is just a really it's a really interesting way of learning your own craft. So my music is it's kind of personal, but it's also written in a very universal language, so it can be enjoyed by anyone, and it's relatable, and I hope people just can enjoy it on an aesthetic level and on a personal level too.
Wow,
Thank you so much for sharing
yeah.
that. That's a question I have for you. Oh, sorry, Madeline, just one more question. A question I have for you also is, we talk a lot on this platform. We bring education. We talk a lot about mental health wealth. And many people have turned to their creative side as a result of being locked away during the pandemic and not able to interface with other people. How do you feel that music sets you free or helps you deal with what you're feeling inside?
The pandemic, as you say, is a fantastic example of that. It was it was a really bittersweet time. I wrote a track about just that exact feeling of how it was a very negative thing, but a lot of positivity came from it, and a lot of great art came from it on my last CD. And I spent the entire lockdown as well, just becoming as being really creative, and I like almost completely spent myself just writing songs, collaborating, making videos, producing and doing as much as I can just to stay busy. I mean, I was busy. I have a family, and it was a lot, but you have to stay busy, otherwise, you can go crazy. So I think people who have the outlet, the musical outlet or an artistic outlet, are kind of blessed in that situation. Because if I didn't, I don't know how would have coped with it, and I don't know how a lot of people do cope with it. But for musicians to be able to collaborate and to do it with the technology we have today, where you can write songs remotely and you can record videos together remotely, sing together remotely, it's very cathartic, and it was really helpful to me.
Thank you, Richard. Madeline?
Yeah, I was going to say this. You're right, Richard. There's a lot of collaborations these days. But during the pandemic, how did you? Because there was a lot of musicians and artists. They kind of was really depressed, and they kind of fell. They kind of went into a depressive mode, and even questioning if they were even good enough anymore.
Sure.
In what way did you bring them together, kind of raise their vibration, raise their just kind of help them to get through it?
Other artists who were doubting themselves?
Yeah. And
Well, I
musicians.
mean, everybody was on the same boat. I was able to do it surely because I was feeling it myself, and it's something I think at least most artists or singer-songwriters feel a lot of the time. Because when you create something, you don't know if it's good. You don't have somebody else's perspective on it, so you're putting it out there just on a kind of a wing and a prayer. So everybody has that doubt, and during the lockdown, you have a lot of time to think, a lot of time to question yourself, and it can be either very dangerous or very helpful. So I think by just doing stuff together and building each other up, putting it out into the world, and people commenting and saying how much they enjoy it, help people get through it a lot, and they've come out stronger on the other side, I think.
So I guess a lot of it would be online because of the lockdown situation.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
So did you organize a lot of shows online?
We didn't do so many shows. I mean, I did a few sort of streaming gigs, and the band I'm in, the theatre show I'm in, we did a streaming gig from a theatre. We were all in the same bubble, and we were able to put on a streaming show, the entire show, in an empty theatre, which was a lot of fun. But mostly it was kind of one-on-one. We did duets, so it's one of the or several people. So it was that kind of Brady Bunch, you know, everybody's in a box and we're all singing and playing at the same time in the video.
Yes.
So I don't know, we did loads of those, and it was really good fun, really good fun.
Thank you, Richard. Fantastic.
Richard, a question I have for you. I ended up calling my cable company last night, and I ended up with someone who's in South Africa. We had a really nice conversation. She fixed my service, thank goodness. But we were talking about in South Africa how many people during the pandemic lost work, and they turned to their creative side because there are a lot of mental health issues in this area where this woman is. But yet, as we come out of it, they're not getting paid. The artists are not getting paid what they need to get paid to sustain a lifestyle that is even viable. So what have you seen there in Ireland, or what have you heard from your colleagues in the industry?
It's very, very much the same situation. I mean, it's always been hard for kind of jobbing musicians. It can be hand to mouth. You know, there's good times, there's bad times, but the pandemic and post-pandemic, if that's what you could call where we are now, is a definite example of one of the harder times, because not only did the artists suffer, the venue owners suffered, promoters suffered, everybody's, you know, we all rely on each other. And if nobody has anything, then you have to kind of rebuild music scenes and all these things from the ground up. For example, the theater show, where it's normally a very successful show, it doesn't have to stress too much about selling tickets. It's been selling the same shows over and over again because they get sold and they get cancelled and they get postponed. And then during that space of time, people fall out, they get refunds, and then the show suffers. And you don't have the money to keep tours going. I mean, we've had tours that have ended halfway through, a quarter of the way through, just because it's impossible to keep it afloat. So I think it's been difficult in a lot of industries, and the music's definitely no exception, because we rely on people to go out. That's what the entire thing is when you're playing music live. And if people can't go out, then there's nothing for you to do, and nobody wants to pay you to do nothing. So it's going to be a long road to get it back and fit again, I think.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm just wondering, is the situation that people were doing this to make a living, it was their profession, and now it's a hobby?
Yeah, a lot of people fell off. Yeah, people, I guess, had to take other jobs, and they've just stuck with them because it's safe, and you can't blame them. You know, it's very hard to go back to music at this point. So if you've taken a job during the pandemic, and sometimes you have a family to feed, then you just got to keep doing it sometimes. So hopefully they'll come back, but who knows?
It's really strange, Richard, in the way that the government do not recognize a musician and art as such a paying a priority.
Sure.
They didn't have funds available for musicians and artists that have family to feed, and I was pretty shocked by that, actually, to be honest. It's
sure.
Is that what it was like in the States as well, Dr. JACALYN?
Yes, definitely. We've interviewed people from all over the world who are creatives, and they all say the same thing. And as a result, they're using their work to help with their own mental health, which is deteriorating, and they don't have the work. So it's just, It's not a good situation at all.
It's like a round and round thing, isn't it?
Yes,
Of a
definitely.
decreasing cycle.
Yeah.
Richard, with your session as a session musician, what was the most funniest session that you attended? Like, it was like, am I really going to do this? That type of thing.
I don't know if there was funny sessions. There was some that caught me off guard, where they want me to play weird instruments and they hand me bits of furniture to hit, as percussion and these kinds of things. But usually sessions, they sound a lot better in theory than in practice a lot of the time. You go and there's a lot of concentration and there's a lot of focus, and you can lose it very quickly, and the fog descends and it can slowly become slightly downbeat. And that's when you have to kind of, I think, you got to stop and come back the next day, because not much good comes out of it when you're just trying to get it done because you're tired. So usually it's pretty fun, but if you try and stretch it out, it's not so much fun. But as for funny moments, I don't know. there's always good laughs. People go into the studio, and it's usually a very good vibe, and people are in a good mood as long as things are going well. If they're not going well, it can change very quickly, but normally it's pretty upbeat.
Do you have the experience now to realize when, just before it actually happens, it's almost like premeditated when it's going to be downbeat?
Yeah,
can you almost predict that?
Quite often when people have done no preparation, it's the same with rehearsals. If they turn up and they haven't really learned things and they don't really know what they're doing, they can get defensive and they can get grumpy, and it's they feel it about themselves, but it's often put out into the room, and that that doesn't help anybody. So the only advice I would have for going into a session is be prepared as you can and confident, make notes, and be able to help other people who maybe haven't done as much work, rather than ridicule or whatever, and just keep the energy up, because that's the way you make the best product, I think.
There's fantastic tools. Thank you. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you so much. Richard, I want to ask you a question, and then we're going to bring out Don, and then we'll bring you back up so the two of you can chat with us as well. What's in the future for you? What are you looking forward to? What can you share with our audience?
Well, we're continuing on with the show, which is it's a tribute show to Johnny Cash. It's called the Johnny Cash Roadshow. It's a really fun show. We're touring in Sweden with those guys in November. I'm going to Israel in September with a band, 23 Skidoo, that I work with quite often, and we're going to play for a month around in Israel. And then hopefully we're going to the Maldives over New Year with another band, Dynamics, that I work with. So there's plenty on the pipeline to keep things going anyway for the meantime.
That's
congratulations!
Fantastic.
It sounds really exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can we go? Can we go and travel in your
Sure.
suitcase?
Come on.
Maybe you can live stream from one of the events. That would be cool. Yeah. Well, I guess people are paying. Cool. Okay, good, excellent. Wow. So Richard, if it's okay, I'll just put you backstage and we'll bring out Don, and then I'll bring you back up. How does that sound?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. All right, Madeline, over to you to introduce Don.
Okay, well, what's wonderful about Don, Dr. JACALYN, is that I met him in Malta, but not in person, online. And we were talking with each other and getting to know each other, and I was trying to involve him in some Maltese projects and everything, and there was just too much politics, as with everything with this business sometimes. But we stayed friends, but then we kind of lost contact, and then by the universe of divine alignment, woohoo, we made contact again. And then, of course, I told him about your show, the Film and Music Show, and he said, yeah, I'd love to. So he's super talented. He's an Afro-Beat singer, songwriter and producer. He has got a personality and a character that it just complete oozes charisma. And he's got such a great heart. And you know what? I'm so excited because it's the first time I'm actually seeing him and hearing him, because I didn't actually hear him. We actually spoke on Facebook message. So, sometimes you get dodgy Facebook message. And I was thinking, oh my God, what do I do? But something in my heart said, no, this guy is genuine. So there you go. Here he is. Wonderful, gorgeously talented Don Bang.
Hi, welcome, Don.
Hey, Don.
Hi, Madeline. Hi,
hey, Don.
Nice to meet you.
Wow. Nice to meet
you.
Nice to meet you also. Welcome to the show. And where are you joining us from, Don?
I'm joining you from South Africa.
You're in South Africa. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about that, South Africa. Amazing.
Yes, I am. I'm in Johannesburg.
Johannesburg. Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Lovely.
I love your glasses. Love your glasses.
I do too.
Yeah. Got a Stevie Wonder type of thing going on. Like,
Yes, just getting ready.
So I think we have a little bit of a delay, keeping that in mind. Don, I'm going to spotlight you. And as I did with Richard, we'd like for everyone in the world to know who you are and to know about your music. So if you'd share a little bit about why you're passionate about music, I'd love to hear it. And so would our audience.
I've been doing music for quite some time now, and music is really personal to me. And I grew up listening to a lot of good music. So I was in the choir when I was around 12 to 13 years old. I was in the choir. So music to me is something you're gifted with, and you need to be passionate about what you do, and how you how you place it to the world.
Wow.
Thank you, Don.
I'm
Wow.
so wow. Yeah, Don, you were signed. Are you still signed to BFM Records? A record,
No, I'm
yeah,
not on the Beat FM recorder anymore because we only had like an independent contract. So we did
yeah.
another song. Yeah, we had just one song under the record label, and it was a very nice collaboration. We also met online, and they just heard my song, and they messaged me for a collaboration, and we just hit the studio, and it's been
w-
great. But we never get to work after them.
Yeah. I mean, your music is Dr. Jacqueline. Don Bang's got this new album called Angel. Is it got Angel? Is it
Yeah, it's
Angel?
Angel.
Angel
Yeah,
It's Triple
Angel.
X,
X.
Triple X.
Yeah, Triple X. Yeah,
Yeah.
Angel Triple X, and I love it because it has like dance beats, drum beats, but also a little bit of jazz kind of. It kind of some jazz downbeats to it as well. It's very nice. It's when I mean honestly, there's some really good tracks on there, and you have to leave
Thank you so
the
much.
information in the chat box so people can view Angel Triple X because the song. Um, how did you get inspired to do this Angel Triple X, and why did you call it
That's what
Triple
I.
X?
Yes, Triple X. Why?
Yeah, yeah.
Angel Triple X. It has to do with someone who is really on a mission. It's an angel who is on a mission to deliver certain messages to the world. You understand? And in the tracks, every tracks has its messages. So "In Love" is one of my favorite track on the album, and it speaks about someone who is really in love. It's like an angel who is really in love, and it's here to give it all, you know. So yeah, that's why it says Angel Triple X, and it's just a really slow, nice songs, Afro beat, R&B, pop type of music, and it's really settled. The it melts the heart when you listen to the album. So that's why I named it Angel Triple X.
Thank you. Wow, I so enjoy it. I'm going to listen to it more in
I'm
Thank you so
depth.
much.
But I do
I'm as
like In
well.
Love. That is a beautiful song. In Love is just really gets to your heart, really, honestly. Yeah,
I
over to
just
Dr. Jacqueline.
I just want to say hi to someone on Facebook, G
Oh,
Sarkar. They put in 3 messages that I am India. I think you mean you're in
India.
India. Thank you for watching and thank you for commenting. We really appreciate it.
Wow. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Don Bang, you might have heard the question that I asked of Richard. I think it's just so important that people are able to find an outlet to share their feelings, to get their emotions out, and music is one of those outlets. How do you take what you're feeling and put it into your music?
Um, when I do my own music, it has to do with a whole lot of emotion because yeah, in every situation you are bound to feel like to be surrounded with the emotions and for you to bring it out in the music that you do. So um, most of the time I don't relent on those things, but music is like also a getaway whereby you is either you write a love music, or or a dance music, depending on how you feel. But then you stay original to whom you are in, yeah, in whatever messages you're trying to deliver in the music.
Wow.
Thank you. And we do have
Yeah.
your YouTube channel up for people who are interested. Can go over to YouTube, Don Bang Angel Triple X. Madeline?
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Don Bang, I wanted to ask, what when you began to sing or to write, at what age did you begin? What made you inspire you to write, to sing?
What made me continue to start singing is I came a lot. I came to hear some other musicians that are also doing Afro beats, and they really groomed my kind of music. And when I listen to the music that they do, it's give me a sense of morale that I can also do something like this. I can also do something similar to this person. I can also be better than this person. And so I started working on my craft. It doesn't happen all of a sudden. It's something you have to be consistent in doing. So I started working on it every day, every day. Most of the producers don't understand the kind of style you want. They don't understand the kind of music that you do. So I had to, invest in those things, and it's really built my kind of music. So I have confidence in what I do. I can deliver it at any point given. So that's really fantastic for me.
That's wonderful, Don. And who inspired you, as in which artist do you like to listen to that inspires your music?
I listen to most of the artists. I listen to all kind of music, but the ones I really came across, and it's really changed my kind of music. It's someone like Whiskey, Davido. Yeah, they also from Nigeria, so they're really doing big out there, and representing Afrobeats in every country. So yeah, so they inspired my kind of music, and yeah, they're really doing a good job.
Do you think that Afrobeat music is because I mean, I admit I'm into music, but I don't know it was called Afrobeats. I thought it was like drum and bass or dance music, but do you think that Afrobeats is going to become more commercialized?
Yes, I believe so. I believe so because Afrobeats is now having a whole lot of international affairs. They're doing shows, they're promoting it in every country. They're having concerts in major countries. So people are getting to be aware of what we do, and the kind of music that we represent. And they're also coming. They're also interested in doing some collaborations with this artist. So it can take a while, but I am very sure in the nearest future it should be recognized in the whole world.
Wow, it's a great movement, very good movement of
Thank
music.
you.
Over to Dr. JACALYN.
Yes, thank you. Don, what would you like people to take away from listening to your music?
I have a story, and my story is you don't give up kind of thing, because I came from a very rough background where people tend to say, "Oh, they don't support my music." A lot of people get discouraged from doing things they love to do, because a lot of people they love are not supporting their music, and they're not giving them 100%. But in my own case, I'm just like a messenger, and I can't be stopped. I've been doing this thing for quite a while, and it's just motivate me to keep going, because probably something needs to be fixed, or probably I need to get better. I just keep on motivating myself, and keep on you know getting strength from any way possible, just to keep in shape and to keep the movement going. So I would like to tell them that no matter what you do, you don't give up in anything you do. You just keep moving no matter what you do. When you fall down, you rise again and you keep on moving.
Woo! I love that. I love that.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Don, for sharing that. It's wonderful.
Wow.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
going to ask Richard to come back and join us, and let's have a chat with the four of us. Welcome back to the show, Richard.
Hello, Don.
Hello, Richard.
How's it going?
I'm
Now, do you
great.
two know each other?
Nice to see you on the show.
No,
No,
we do
never
not.
met each other.
I don't think.
Well, we love on this platform when people reach out afterwards and connect and figure out ways to collaborate. So I hope that you two will do that as well.
Okay.
Awesome.
Fabulous.
We'll find time to do.
So, question I was wondering, we've talked before on this platform about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and how artists are accessing these, creating these as a new revenue stream for themselves. Have you looked into this at all?
Very slightly, yeah. I did hear about this, and I did look into it, and I tried to move forward with it. But at the time, I don't know if it was maybe just new, but there was very few platforms on which to do it, and it was quite complicated. So I kind of gave up because I'm old and I can't be bothered learning new things. So at some point, when they make it easy and old proof, I'll go back and I'll probably try that because we need all the help we can get. If there's new ways to flog things, then I'm all up for it.
I like
Well,
that.
We actually had someone on who is pretty well versed in it. Maybe we'll do another show about it, and I'll tag you so that you can
Please
watch.
do, yeah. I'll watch
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'd be interested to know about NFTs. Very
All
much
right,
so.
we'll
Yeah.
do it. How
Yeah.
about you, Don?
I'm not so sure about NFT, but I've seen it come up a couple of times on Twitter, and talking about it, and yeah, I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah, I think it's important for artists to come together and across the world and figure out how can something that's so vitally important as music, how can the people behind the music get compensated so that they're not working 3 jobs and and dependent on people coming to you.
Yeah, it's very important.
Sure.
What what I love about music is that in the way that Don, you were explaining how you get the message across, in the way that Richard, in the way that with being a musician, you can get the message that you want to bring through your audience, and it could be anything. You can talk, I mean, within certain limits, but you can talk about, it's a universal language basically, and it's like if you don't know anybody but you're a musician, honestly it's like an unspoken language
Sure.
and vibration, and you just gel together. You just
Right.
gel.
Exactly. And it's
It's-
musical and lyrically, it's obviously lyrical has its limitations globally, but
Yeah.
once there's certain types of music, as you say, just vibrate with people. When it's happy, when it's sad, when it's positive and when it's negative, and it's an easy way to talk between cultures and languages. It's fantastic.
yeah, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, and music here is kind of diverse. A lot of people are into some kind of genre, and other genres are really suffering the cause. Like here in SA, they're doing a lot of amapiano music, and the other genres like Afrobeat and Afro pop and the hip hop genre are not really doing very nice now.
Wow.
So that's also
I-
one of those things.
I wasn't aware of the different Afro pop, E-pop. I wasn't aware of that. That's something
Neither.
new for me. I have to be educated and listen to this style of music. But definitely.
Yeah.
It's new to me also.
Subgenres, they run pretty deep. It's very hard to keep up. There's a lot of stuff.
And Richard, have you ever done any kind of like dance music or something?
I mean, I haven't recorded it myself. I've recorded songs that have been given to other people and they've remixed them and made them into dance tracks and club tracks and those kinds of things. But as I have never personally produced that kind of music because it's an entirely different species to recording the kind of things I would record, you know. So I wouldn't even attempt it really because it would be pitiful, the outcome. It's nice to hand it over to the experts.
Yeah, Don, you are definitely a dance expert.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, I am. I love
See
dance
some
music,
dance moves,
I
Don.
love,
Yeah.
yeah, I love dance music. I love, getting people in the mood. It's very important for me when I step on stage. I like people to just, feel the vibe, like, the environment just change with the music, with the movement, with just everything and the confidence, you understand? So when people hear the music, you don't even really need to say a lot. They just start moving by themselves and they just respond to you the way you approach them.
How do you
Yeah, and
prepare
also it
yourself for a
depends on the
performance?
audience.
Oh,
Uh, Preparing myself for performances, I do go over uh, the brochures. I do go over the music that we have. So it depends on the audience that we're serving on that day, and and the venue. Also, it depends on the venue. The kind of venue depend on the kind of music that we serve. So if it's a venue where people are just sitting down, just chilling and having a good time, we select a nice music that's they can be having whatever conversation they're having, but then they'll be enjoying the music alongside with it. But if it has to do with a show where it's like a bar or a big show like that, we choose a dance music where people can you know enjoy also.
Yeah.
thank you. How about you,
Definitely.
Richard?
Usually a stiff whiskey would normally help. And,
I did not
uh,
expect that answer.
No, me neither.
it depends, it depends on the show, as Don says. No, I find for me, it's normally best, it's like cramming for an exam. It doesn't help because it just kind of exhausts you. So usually before a show, I try and do just something else, whether I just call someone or just go, I just take my mind off it. I don't try and work myself into some kind of frenzy about it. So I'll try and be as prepared as I can up until the day before, and then the day of a show, I'll just I take my mind off it until it's time to go.
Do you still get the pre-show jitters? Like just before going on stage, like the
Yeah,
stomach goes, "Whoa."
sure. Sometimes, yeah, yeah.
Always.
Do you, Don, as well?
Yeah, of course, it's a normal thing. But then once you're on stage, you're another person entirely, you're just in the spirits, you're just giving it out, and it's a really nice thing. You need to have it, so even if you become a really big artist and still professional, you still have it. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Absolutely.
Very good point.
Yeah.
So a question I have as we come to the end is there are people out there right now who are just singing in their shower or they're singing when they go for a walk when they really have talent, but they don't know what to do. They don't know what steps to take. How do they get themselves from being a hobby to actually having themselves recognized as an artist? Any tips you might have?
Well, I mean, I'm still trying to get recognized as an artist. Sometimes, it's again, it's just luck, and but you really gotta try. Especially now, there's so many platforms to promote yourself that it's basically it's an all day job. So you sing for a little bit, and then it's 80% just promoting and getting yourself, and it's because the floodgates opened and everybody can now put everything online all the time. So trying to
Okay.
get your head above the crowd just takes a lot of effort and a lot of perseverance. So yeah, I guess it's just time and how dedicated you can be to doing that.
Thank you. How about you, Don?
I think first of all, you need to really educate yourself on what you want to do. and how you want to go about it, because in every situation there is always a way to go about things. you know so first of all, you need to know, because a lot of artists, I notice, they don't really know what they want. They just feel like, oh, this beat is nice, let me just jump on it. And every artist needs to have, like, your own style. You can't just feel, oh, you like this thing and you just want to jump on it. So when you have your own style, and yeah, I mean, you just need to keep doing it, and to be original in your own way.
So basically, Don, what you're saying is almost like trial by error, in the way that you've got to venture into that, but don't
Yeah.
expect too much too soon before
Yeah,
you
don't
become
expect too
more.
much too soon, because
Yeah.
it's because it can take everyone has their own time. You understand? So I don't look
Yeah.
at what others are doing right now. I don't
Yeah.
look at, I just concentrate on my own craft. Just concentrate on your own thing. Don't focus on what and whom is getting the award right now. Just believe that, yeah, I'm doing my own best, and if you're putting your own best to it, then something will happen eventually.
Very, very good point there. Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a wonderful opportunity getting to meet you both, and Madeline, you getting to actually see them. And I'm hoping there'll be future collaborations here. I never thought when I started this, Madeline and I would be writing a song together. I didn't even know Madeline, and now we're good friends. So it's amazing where things can go. You never know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
So I'm going to
That's so
spotlight
cool.
each of you as we close out the show, and we'll start over here with Richard. Can you please share your contact information, who you would like to connect with you?
Oh yeah, you can catch me on Facebook. My artist page is Richard Murray Music. Also on Bandcamp, you can hear my music, download my music. It's richardmurraymusic.bandcamp.com. It's also available on all the major streaming platforms. But Bandcamp's best because that helps actually support artists. I have a new single coming out on the 23rd. That'll be on Bandcamp also. It's called Under the Streetlights with Tove Home, who is my partner, my current singer-songwriter partner also. So check those out, and hope to hear from you on there.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Richard.
Yay.
All right.
Thank you.
We're going to go over to Don.
And
Don,
Don.
can you please, how can people get in touch with you, and who would you like to reach out?
People can reach out to me on Facebook. It's Don Bang on Facebook, and on Instagram it's Don Banging with double G on Instagram. I'm much active on both platforms, and I have two singles coming out uh, on the 12th of this month. And it's after the singles, I'll be going on tour, so I want them to catch me everywhere that you come watch Don Bang.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay! We want to watch Don Bang. Let's back. No. I was going to say something then. No.
Oh, Madeline.
No. You knew where I was going, didn't you, Dr. JACALYN?
I know where you're going. Madeline, I'm going to spotlight you. How can people reach out to you and contact you?
Okay, it's Madeline Carol Chan at gmail.com. And you can find me at madeline-chan.com. And and of course, I'm I collaborate with Dr. JACALYN on the power of effective listening, which look out for that. And that's it. That's me wrapped up.
Right. What about our song that's coming out, Madeline? What were you thinking back then?
Yeah. What were you thinking back then? I don't know what I was thinking back then, but yeah, surely. Yes, we are. It's going to be. We're thinking of a summer release. It's written now in structure form, and Dr. JACALYN is a beautiful singer, and she is expressing it divine. Absolutely. And it's going to be, and I'm going to help her out as well. I'm going to, be featured on there as well. And it's all about Dr. JACALYN's life. It's fantastic. It's a soul song.
Awesome.
Yeah. What were you thinking back then? Yeah.
What was I thinking back then? I don't know.
What were you thinking back then?
But
maybe
I
we
know,
can get you two guys in on this, if you will. I mean, we can talk about it, but we're looking for a producer and musicians. So
it's not recorded yet. It's just written.
It's just written a cappella at the moment.
Okay, wonderful.
How about that?
So,
see that?
And maybe Don Ban can produce it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Collaboration.
Around it.
I love it. Madeline, I'll let you oversee that.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Fantastic.
All right, that's it.
All right, everyone, we are going to sign off. Our next show is coming up. It's The Wise Ones with my co-host, Red O'Loughlin. And then our show after that is Talking Heads with Red O'Loughlin. So Madeline, Richard, Don, thank you so much for being here. And thank you to everyone watching and listening. And gentlemen, you're welcome to come back.
Yeah, you must come back. You must come back because we need to play your songs, and we can talk about all various aspects of creative music industry and everything. So,
all right, and remember to share the show.
Please share the show.
Share the show. All right, thank you again. I really appreciate it.
The opportunity.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
See you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are great. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. JACALYN.